This is Good Morning Jacksonville.
The search continues for Taylor Williams this morning. The investigation taking a new twist as we begin to learn more about the little girl and her family.
And accused killer Kimberly Kessler says she wants a new attorney, and that attorney wants out as well. This is a mutual thing, and it is wild. Ahead, we're going to tell you why neither are getting their wish, though.
And a local vet had no family, but that doesn't mean he was alone. The sight and the sounds from the services honoring Michael Alivato.
All right, hope you're having a great morning so far. I'm Lou Turner.
And I'm Katie Jeffries. We're going to get to more of your local headlines, but first, we're now entering day 3 of the search for a missing 5-year-old girl. And we know authorities are beginning to kind of scale back their search on the ground, but they are intensifying their investigation around the timeline of Taylor Williams' life, specifically the last 6 months.
Right. 6 months. Okay, such a huge piece of time, but JSO is asking for information if you know anything in the last 6 months about this child. So let's get back to how we got here. According to her mother, Taylor was last seen in her Brentwood home midnight Wednesday over into the overnight hours. Let me emphasize that's what her mother said. All right, the search began that morning around 7 o'clock, 7:20. Hundreds of officials searching the homes and all around Brentwood, the woods, as well as the previous apartment that they lived in on the south side. But of all of that, very little information was turned up. Now, a development in this investigation involving Taylor's mother.
That's right. Well. So our Alana Harris, she has the very latest for us this morning, now that we're in officially day 3.
Good morning, and I've been following this since the search was first announced, and talk about a twist in this story of what was already a tragic story. I mean, the entire community pretty much was heartbroken for this sweet little 5-year-old girl who had reportedly gone missing in the middle of the night in her pink and purple pajamas, only to find that police now are saying that Taylor could have been gone for weeks, if not months, and now her own mother is reportedly not cooperating with them anymore in this search to find them. So we are standing in front of her home here in Brentwood. You can see there's still that police tape around it, still police cars stationed out front. And Taylor's mother, Brianna, was reportedly not at JSO yesterday. In fact, we have learned that she was back at work yesterday morning. We spoke with one of Brianna's co-workers at NASJAX, who is also a first-class petty officer, who said she was on base in uniform that morning doing some administrative work. Now, he did ask us to remain anonymous, but had nothing good things to say about Brianna. And he recalled seeing a picture of Taylor as her computer screensaver, that she was always smiling and would go out of her way to help people. But now police say they wish she'd help them after they say she stopped cooperating with them after they pointed out some inconsistencies with the statements she's made since this search began. Now, her coworker says that her demeanor at work, which was again just one day after she reported her daughter missing, was hard to explain.
I mean, she was sad. She was really sad. Like someone has cried their last tear, and just, it's hard to explain. It's hard to explain.
Now, we have learned that Taylor was at one point enrolled in a daycare on the base, but again, investigators do not know when the last time she was seen by anyone other than her mother. So if you have seen Taylor and Brianna together in the last 6 months, police are asking you to contact them. Even if it's a minuscule detail that you remember, it could be something that helps them find out where Taylor is. And again, there is now a $4,000 reward for any information that leads to Taylor. Here in Brentwood, I'm Lana Harris, First Coast News, on your side.
All right, Lana, thank you. And stay with First Coast News on air, online for the very latest. Crews are actually heading to Alabama as we reach out to the family of the little girl as well, scattered across the country. The very latest on this investigation ahead will happen throughout Good Morning Jacksonville. Of course, First Coast News at noon a little later on today.
Now, weather with your First Coast News storm experts, powered by AC Designs.
Good morning. We've got the big 3 on our Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. Veterans Day weekend now upon us. We've got the fog, we've got the rain, and getting ready for winter wind chills all on the same day. So nature throwing a lot at us, but we've got you covered here at First Coast News, keeping you and your family safe. Here we are, 5:34 a.m., November 8th, 2019. And it's going to wake up. You wake up, you're feeling like shorts weather, feeling good. But don't let that fool you. Looks can be deceiving. We've got 70 degrees, dew point at 69. Here's some of that fog. If it's not raining where you're at, we've got the thickest fog on the west side, Duval, Clay, St. Johns, and Putnam County this morning. Where it's not foggy, you've got rain and some slick roads at that. Anywhere from areas of Charlton County back to Ware County, Camden, Glenn County, now Nassau County getting on some of those showers. Baker County, Columbia County, increasing rain. And notice this is all moving in toward Duval, Clay, St. Johns, and Putnam as we head into the next hour. So rain for all of us, it looks like, as we head out the door, getting ready for work and school. Allow some extra time. Heaviest rain right now across southeast Georgia, the coastal areas of Camden and Glenn County, including St. Simon's Island. We take a look at why. Well, we've got our strongest front of the season. We're already seeing temperatures fall this morning from 73 at Jacksonville Naval Air Station to just 61 in Waycross and Brunswick. As we head through today, rounds of rain will be likely. And by the end of the day, Katie, we're talking wind chills. Yeah, we'll take a look at that coming right up. But how's it looking in that VyStar Credit Union Traffic Center?
Ooh, wind chills. Haven't heard about that in a while. Let's take a look outside towards your roadways. So this is a look here towards the Buckman Bridge where things are moving along without any big problems. So that is good to see. Now, of course, do be careful if you experience any of the rain or the fog out there this morning. So the blue represents ponding on the roadways, and where we're seeing that mostly is up towards the Georgia area. So those of you along Brunswick, maybe leaving the Brunswick area, please be careful for any ponding on your roadways. Yellow represents fog, so if you are driving in along 301 or I-10, even though both roadways are moving up to speed, do be careful for fog out there. Those of you in the St. Johns County area, maybe St. Augustine, your roadways look dry and they look pretty good at this point. 95 and US 1 there are traveling up to speed. Clay County, 17 and Blanding look pretty good as well.
5:36, and right now, just into our newsroom, the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office has located a little boy found on Atlantic Boulevard. Police say his name is possibly Kendrick, and he is possibly around 4 years old. Still don't know who the parents are yet, though, so JSO needs your help getting this child back with family. Again, a little boy found here. If you're wiping the sleep out of your eyes, I get it. I know it could be a little bit confusing here. This is a totally separate situation, but a child found on the south side of Atlantic Boulevard. If you have any information, please call JSO 630-0500.
Let's hit the fast lane now and get you out the door with your other top headlines this morning. An interesting day, to say the least, at court on Thursday. Accused murderer Kimberly Kessler calls her lawyer, quote, a piece of garbage, and requested a new one. So this is the first time Kessler has been in court since doctors said she is competent to stand trial. She's accused of killing Yulee mother Jolene Cummings last year. While even Kessler's attorney wanted out, the judge refused both of their requests, saying the attorney is doing a good job. The attorney is planning to file a motion to withdraw, and that hearing is set for November 26th.
He was willing to give everything, including his very life, to protect and defend the American way.
Thursday, hundreds of people came out to honor a veteran, Michael Alivato. The Vietnam Army veteran enlisted when he was just 17. After caring about his story, the First Coast community came out in droves to honor him and thank him for his service. While the future of JEA is still uncertain, there is some good news for customers over at Florida Power & Light.
Electricity bills will decrease for customers by approximately $4 per month in 2020. Officials credit cleaner energy, new technology for their bill reduction. And back on the potential sale of JEA, the parent company of FPL has put in a bid to buy. A $7 million development is breaking ground on the north side. It's called the Marketplace, and it will open in spring. It's bringing with it 40 businesses and along with it job opportunities as well. A great economic boost for a part of town that could certainly use it. Groundbreaking happening this morning, 10 o'clock at the intersection of Moncrief and Myrtle. And Wednesday, a little girl in St. Johns County was riding her bike when she got hit by a car. Now, the good news is she wasn't hurt, but her bike was broken. Well, firefighters say when they got to the scene, the girl was so very brave, they wanted to do something for her. So guess what? They got her a replacement bike, which you see there on your screen. The crew also gave Layla a handwritten note telling her about the value of getting back up, even after you get knocked down. Quite literally knocked down. Strong little girl. How about that? Listen, looking for daycare? Such a stressful experience. It doesn't have to be, though. As we continue our Working Mom series, we're walking you through that process step by step. Coming up next.